Here's a little bit more on those development plans that we've talked about in some of the other videos. Two things about it in particular. Number one, these development plans are your most valuable coaching tool. I think I've even referenced that in a previous video. However, these development plans aren't as much for you as they are for the employee. And so my point is the employee has to take ownership of their development plan. It's not something that you put together and hand down to them and say, okay, this is what you're going to work on. This is what you're going to improve on. They need to own it. Now, for them to own it, they should be part of the development, the creation of it, so that they get buy-in, okay? As part of that process, we talked in another video about coaching being a two-way conversation. Well, here's another example of that. You need to come to the table, so to speak, with what you think the one improvement area is. They need to come to the table with their one improvement area, and then you guys talk about it. And you collaborate and you say, okay, well, I agree that we can start there. I think my area is important too. Maybe we go there next, whatever. But they come to the table with something. Now, after you've done this a time or two or three, they should be the ones that every month is coming to you with their area of focus or their area of development. In other words, you should be able to lessen your input as to what they need to develop. They should be so focused on their own development, they're bringing to the table what they think they need to get better at. All right, so that's the first thing, is make it a collaborative process. The second thing about it is the frequency. And this is really important because if you do this once, if you create a development plan once, and then you don't refer to it again for weeks or even months, it really, really diminishes the importance of it. On the other hand, if you create a development plan with an employee and then you have a check-in with them every 2 or 3 weeks to review their progress and update their development plan, now they see how important it is. And frankly, you as their leader become highly dependent on the importance of that development plan. So frequency is critical in making it effective. You can't just do it once. You certainly can't do it once a year as part of the performance review process. This has to be an ongoing coaching tool that you refer to every 2 or 3 weeks with that employee to update it, to assess their progress, to modify it, to take it to the next level. But somehow, some way, it's got to be part of your coaching efforts, your coaching regimen every 2 or 3 weeks with each employee.